I'm here with Bobby Lehew. He is just one of my all-time favorite industry colleagues. I mean, look at that hip haircut. I mean, this guy is so youthful. It's gray, but you know, looks really, really hot. You know, Bobby has done a session here at the PPAI Expo on tech tools because he's so youthful and hip. And so I'm going to let him share a couple of tidbits with you. So it's an exclusive look here for our Free Prototypes audience. So take it away. What can you share with the people?
I'm going to share that. I'm going to share that hipster stuff with my teenagers who don't think I'm really cool. But the thing that we talked about in today's class was that the number one problem in our industry is that we don't have good capture tools. So you're walking the show floor, you need to use something like Evernote, you need to use something like OmniFocus to capture all those tools because we don't have the mental capacity to keep track of thousands of products and dozens of clients. We just don't have it. We've got to rely on the tech tools to do that. The other thing we talked about, and this is like heresy to say, but we've got to stop managing our lives out of our inbox. We've actually got to take our email and dump that into a task management system that allows us to focus on priorities, because what happens with email is that you get a pile of productivity paralysis. And then you tend to let other people dictate your priorities. So these emails pile up and you lose control of your day if you try to manage your tasks out of Outlook. So those are like the two biggest things. We covered all kinds of task management tools. Wunderlist, I mentioned OmniFocus. We also covered read later type tools like Pocket and Instapaper, things like that. But the problem that we all face, we live in an unprecedented age of distraction. And we are bringing industrial age thinking to information age living. So we bring our typical to-do lists like this, and what happens in 5 minutes of walking into the office, they get obliterated. You get a text about your daughter at school, you get a phone call, you got 20 emails, you got somebody dropping by your office. The tools that we typically try to deploy are from 100 years ago. So we've really got to adopt it. What's really bad is that those that are tech adverse, they've really got to make a bigger leap than some of us that just aren't tech geeks. But they have to do it. And the thing is, if you decide to use Evernote, if you decide to use OmniFocus, if you decide to use these tools, you have to do what a good machinist or anyone else that works with physical tools all the time. They got to invest in those tools. They got to spend the money on them. More importantly, they got to spend the time to learn how to master them. So you can't just put Evernote on your phone and not master it. You got to learn everything you can about that particular tool so that you can be good at building things with your tools. And the other thing, I could go on about this for a long time because I love this topic.
We'll have to
keep, as salespeople and anyone today, we have multiple tools. So I wish there was one ring to rule them all. And Outlook comes close. It's bloatware, it's the worst bloatware that in my system.
It's a Microsoft product, enough said, you know.
But we have tools for different jobs. The mechanic has different tools that do the exact job. We have to learn what those tools are for us. Evernote's a great capture tool. Wunderlist or OmniFocus is a great priority management tool. And we got to start using those tools. We got to kind of come to grips with disparate systems that we use. We got to come to grips with the fact that we live in a siloed universe because there's not one ring that rules it all.
Wow! Thanks for sharing. And if you ever get a chance to see Bobby talk, you can get more of this kind of content because me being Mr. ADD, I need these tools. Hey, thanks so much for sharing.